astrologer, family constellations consultant, and today I would like to talk about the best ways to develop our kids. The majority of parents are very much concerned that kids are not learning their classes, they do not go to school, they don't do their homework, they get frustrated if the kids are not good at math or any other subjects at school. But what happens, astrologically speaking, the most important thing that you need to develop in your child is the ability to overcome, I would say, right, their karmic tasks. And those tasks require some knowledge, some emotional intelligence. And if you know their karmic tasks, if you know, for example, the planets that are debilitated in their chart, if you know the positions that actually prevent from following that karma, this is the best way to focus on in order to give the best future, give the best destiny to your child. And in that case, you can focus on the same subject in the school, but in a way that will support the fulfillment of the karmic tasks. Karmic tasks are called Rahu and Ketu, and as well we also have Atmakarika planet. It's a planet of the soul. So basically, the soul, which comes to you in the form of your child, has invested a lot of energy, a lot of efforts in developing certain skills and certain I would say talents, right? And that will be shown in the way of Atmakarika. And that Atmakarika can be the planet which sets the highest goal of life. And if the person is not familiar with that goal of life, if they do not have any skills to follow that goal of life, basically what happens, they get greatest obstacles in life, especially at the time, at the period of that Atmakarika. So it can be Mahadasha, Antardasha of that planet. Another point that you need to check, what are the karmic tasks where Rahu and Ketu are sitting, because Ketu is what the person have done in the past, what the person is able to do, what the person is used to be doing. And we are born actually in a family by the position of Ketu. Why? Because this is our place of security. This is what we used to do, and this is where we feel comfortable. But Ketu is the planet that finishes all things, and that's why if we keep focusing on the areas represented by Ketu, it's going to create a lot of tension, frustration, psychological disorders, and basically it won't give happiness. Why? Because happiness is sitting in the fulfillment of the development of a child, which is shown by Rahu. So these two planets are given to show where the person is coming from the past, right? Where the talents are, where the skills and where the focus is on, right? And where the person is where the person's development is Rahu planet, where Rahu is sitting, what is the zodiac, and what is the house of the horoscope. So that's going to be the development plan for the child. So you need to see the sign, right? And according to that sign, where the Rahu is sitting, you need to develop the child. You need to give the certain direction to the child so that the skills where Rahu is sitting, of the sign where Rahu is sitting, is well developed by the time the person reaches, for example, 18 years old. Why? Because the child will become independent. If the child follows the path of development shown by Rahu, it means that the child will live happy life, that any obstacles in life will not create major, problems, and the child, being an adult, will be happy and will be fearless and will be prepared. But if the child is not aware, if the child is missing the skills presented by Rahu, and Rahu is the planet which represents the development path, right? then missing the skills, missing the understanding, the child can be lost, can be frustrated, meet wrong people on their path, or do the things which are not good for them, and basically end up being frustrated. And that frustration, of course, will be leading them again to the path of their development represented by Rahu. So there are two ways to go to the goal of life, is by the education given by the parents, when the parent knows the child's development plan created by God in karma, right? And or the other way, when the child doesn't know, the child is not prepared, and when full karma comes in force after 14 years old, the child starts getting frustrated, the child is lost, the child doesn't know what to do, and they start building their skills or losing themselves. It depends on the personality. And also can be seen, right, if it's easy for the child to go into the development, because even if you start early, there could be different circumstances which can make it difficult, and you can see it by the way the dispositor of Rahu, by the dignity of the dispositor of Rahu, and by the placement of the dispositor of Rahu, and also by the placement and dignity of the dispositor of Ketu. So a certain position may show when the development is easy, when the person is going into the is following the right direction in case of difficulties, or if the person is insisting on a problem and falling down because they're lacking some resources for going towards the right path. And that lack of resources can be supplemented by the parent, if the parent knows the child's path of development. And that's why I'm encouraging you to focus on the path of development, and then consider the strategies on how to adapt that path of development for the school subjects, for any classes that you want to give to a child, but just adapt it to that path, because the ability to follow that path of development will basically result either happiness or unhappiness of your child. So that was the topic for you today. This is related more to the parents, but also not only to parents. It's just for people in general, because all of us need that direction in life, need that guidance. And by knowing your karmic tasks, you understand, because karmic task is the path of development. Where are we coming from is Ketu, and where are we going to from the past to the future. And we don't want to sit in the past. We don't want to get stuck there. Therefore, we need to be intelligent. We need to act in knowledge. We need to educate ourselves in order to achieve the best results for ourselves and for our kids. And remember, your path is different from your child's path, because your karmic tasks are different tasks. Your child's tasks are individual child tasks. Therefore, it's good to know what is your path and what is your child's path, and how these two paths can be combined in order to help each other. Because what happens in our family, the planets interact, our charts interact, and the Rahu of the planet will be interacting with the Rahu of the child. The Rahu of the parent will be affecting the child's map, because Rahu represents consciousness, illusion, the path of development, fears, right? And that's how we influence all those who are around us. And child Rahu will be also influencing the parent's path of development. The same happens with Ketu, because Ketu relates to control, like where we, tend to control too much, tend to put a lot of pressure. This is the area of Ketu, because we are experts in that area. But child might not be an expert in that area, and his expertise needs to be focused actually in the area of Rahu. So if your expertise is different from the area of child's Rahu, then there is a problem, because too much pressure will be going in the wrong direction. The child will be frustrated because they're not developing the right skills for life. In the future, they will need the skills for for Rahu, for their personal development. If they are missing it, they may feel lost in life. Therefore, it's very important to know what is your path, what is your child's path, and how to combine and to use it in the right way. The same you can do with your husband, because again, all of the planets in our charts, they interact with each other, and it's very important to know how to read those interactions and to understand those interactions in order not to take it either too personal, or to understand why certain things do not work your way, but they work like they are as they are. And when you understand the nature, you will understand the purpose of it, and then you will know how to deal with it. And if you need help with this, just give me a call, book a consultation with me, and I will be happy to assist you with a chart reading for you, for your family, for your kids, and do the compatibility analysis of your charts, how your planets interact, and what is the best way of development for all of your family. That's all for today. I wish you all the best, and I will be happy to see you in my future videos. Bye bye.